Hey guys, welcome back to Factory Match. It's Josh.
Payne here.
Today we're going to do a new project. Projects around here. But the Inner Fairing is finally going to get some love today, and we're going to show you how to uninstall it. I hopped on YouTube a few times, who doesn't? There's a couple decent videos out there, but we want to give you a good video of like every nut bolt process. We've tore it down the other day.
Yep.
For some other reasons, but it's very simple. Very, very, very simple. So we do inners. We do not have new inners, so you would have to send your inner into us. That would probably be like a wintertime project probably, but yeah, very simple process. So we will go over that here shortly. But the first thing is we're going to uninstall our windshield.
If you have any questions on how to uninstall them, we just had a video released on how to do that. So
yeah, we just installed this. Yep, 12-inch Clockworks. So the only variation might be for you if you have a stock windshield is we have a Clockworks windshield.
Yes.
Same thing, self-explanatory, but there's just a few little different bracketry and bolts and whatnot here, but otherwise pretty straightforward. So we'll start off by taking this first. So first thing for uninstalling or removing the inner from this is we're going to take the windshield off. This is a Torx 25. We did install this Clockworks one, so you can go back to our uninstall of our factory one, or I should say our install of the 12-inch one to see how the factory one comes off. But like I said, it's very basic and straightforward. There's that. These brackets will pop off first. So now that we have the two brackets off here, this thing just literally pops out of these rubber grommets there. We got Torx 27s here for these ones. 2 bolts on the top for this bracket. There's that. Now that we got these 2 brackets here, this thing literally slips, pops off like that. We'll set that aside over here. And then we have these, I think these are
T27s. Yep.
T27. So these bolts hold basically this little piece in right here, just a plastic removal. And then there's just a little clip back there. There is one bolt on this side that I almost forgot about. If you can get in on this one here, it is right below this little knob there. Just another T25. Remove that, and then that will pop right off like that. So you got these 2 bolts here, 1, 2, and you got this third one right there for that one. So we turn the bike around for better visuals on all this. Next thing after we got the windshield and this deflector piece vent off, we're going to pop out the vents here, or the, what do you want to call this, glove box?
Glove box drawer, yeah.
So literally just do one of those, do one of those. It's that easy. Don't complicate it. It's literally that easy. Little love tap will go a long ways. Yeah, you got some rollers in here. These might fall out. I did not have them fall out when I was doing this before, so they'll stay in there. Next thing we're going to take off is this ignition cover piece, plastic pry tool. There's a clip. Just get underneath it. Hopefully you can see that. And another one, pop it up. Just like that. Got a pressure tab there, you got a pressure tab there. Boom, boom. Easy. Next thing we got here is 2 Phillips holding this lower nacelle piece, whatever you want to call that. So we got those, set those aside. Next after that, we have, there's a little Allen, which is a 5 30-seconds Allen. That would be the last thing to pull this piece off. One on each side. Like right below the handlebar there. You got a bigger one. We're not going to get to that one yet. So that literally just kind of pop out. There are 2 little pressure tabs that you can kind of see. You can kind of just pluck it out. There you go. This is where I've seen it gets a little tricky of just getting past the bars and whatnot and then hitting the dash. But that easy. You got 2 tabs there. Then you got your 2 bolts on the side there. You got your 2 Phillips there, and then you got the plastic ignition cover there. So we'll set that aside. So really what's left is a couple bolts on the side here and some Torx down here. So we got Torx 27 here again. We're gonna do the 3 bolts on the inner here. You got 1 up top, you got 1 right below the speaker here, and you got 1 right below the bars there. The top bolt is long, the bottom bolt is the same length, and then the middle bolt is the short bolt. So just remember when you're putting that all back together, and I'll show you the length difference here. They do have washers, don't lose the washers. Top, middle, bottom. So we got those. Actually, I'll have to take that one out too quick. Next ones we're gonna do here, I believe these are Torx 27 as well. Yep, there's a bolt right, literally right on the speaker grill right here. We're gonna take that one out. That's just a little guy, one of those. Next we got here are the bolts here. They're silver plated ones. They do have a Torx head on them. I'm just using a 1/2-inch wrench, but take those out. This one holds on the inner, plus this little front lower nacelle piece on the outside too that's plastic. Take that out. And I believe these are both the same size. Yep, same size. Bolts, we'll set those aside. After you got the 2 bottom bigger bolts out, next the outer fairing will come off. Like I said, make sure you got these 2 up here that we did earlier. As you can see, there's not too much pressure.
So we kind of just needed to loosen these 2 bolts out just to let the outer fairing kind of be free.
Yeah, there's a little grabber on the back side that won't pull that bolt all the way out, so there's just a couple threads on there. And then when you pop this, you gotta release a couple threads a little bit further.
Yep.
But literally, as you can see here, the outer fairing comes off that easy. You got 1 connection underneath here for the headlight. It's just a push and pull. That's simple. Outer, it's there. These 2 top bolts, they got like a keeper in there. Those will not come out on both sides. So that's nice. So after you got the outer fairing off, next we'll take this lower piece off. We will have these up on the website if we don't already by the time this is released, but we did color match this a while ago. So same process if you want to go through all this work to put that on. Otherwise, you can kind of finagle it in and uninstall it, but I would say this is much easier to do it this way.
100%.
So yeah, you just pull it out like that. There are 2 little, what do you want to call them? Guidance holes.
Yep.
That kind of snap into to play there. You'll see the hole. You can point to it right there.
Yep, so there's a little hole, and then obviously your bolt hole.
Yep.
Kind of just snap in there, just helps.
So you got 3 bolts up top here. They all are Torx 30s
Yep.
on these ones. But you got this one, you got 2, and then you got 3. 3, 2, 1, same on the other side. So we'll loosen those here. And with these bottom bolts loose here, the whole thing is a little loosey-goosey. This is kind of a one-man job. You can do this one man. This is where it's nice to have 2 guys or gals, a helping hand, let's say that, around to kind of hold everything. As you will see here in a second when it comes apart. And then we'll show you a little trick to hold everything there. So we're gonna separate the guts from the inner here. The whole thing comes off just like that. And there might be a little bit of pressure. You might have to, there we go. So now that Payne has that, we can slip this. You might have to finagle it around the bars a little bit. And the inner comes out just like that. So since he's holding that, I'll help him out quick with this. I'll set this to the side. The trick to hold this in place while you're doing everything, just slip in your 1/2-inch bolt. So you don't have to worry about cables and wiring and all that stuff. Give it a good snug. I'll grab the other one on the other side and we'll do the same thing. The top bolt kind of sets in place, but since we're just gonna leave it here for this, we'll snug it like this. There you have it. That's simple, nothing crazy. It's kind of also cool to see how nice and tidy and simplistic it seems. Like I know inside this stuff and this is...
Well, just from the innovation over the last even 10 years, honestly.
Yeah.
From like, because my old man has a 15, and going from like us taking that inner and doing all that to this is way more seamless than the older generation.
Yeah.
Fairings and everything.
The other thing too, the whole procedure can apply to replacing this bottom nacelle piece that we painted.
Yep.
And doing your bars. I had a local shop do my bars. It was in for some other stuff, so I just had them do it. But you can get to the triple trees here. Very, very, very simple compared to previous years.
Yes.
So
the customization factor on these newer bikes have become, I think, a lot more available for the everyday kind of guy.
oh yeah, bar job on this, you know,
Couple hours.
couple hours. Yeah, if you've done it a few times and whatnot. So
Yeah.
like I said, very, very simple. 2 guys, 2 helping hands, I should say, whatever, guys, gals. It's nice, especially when you get to this last part here, but not necessary.
You can always bribe them with a couple beers too.
Yeah, there you go.
It always helps.
Yep. Little protein shakes, right?
Yeah, right.
Adult protein shakes. So we got the inner, we're gonna do the other piece as well. I think I'm gonna go with some Hog Tune speaker grills that they just came out with not too long ago. I gotta check into those. Honestly, I'm still undecided about Blue Burst or Vivid Black. That's kind of where I'm at.
Maybe two-tone? Question mark?
Oofta. We could, yeah. We could do that, but the black would look good and clean, but I'm a blue guy and I like the blue, so I might just do blue. But I don't know, let us know below. Should we do Vivid Black, Gloss, or should we do Blue Burst? So, but yeah, we'll get that painted this week. And then we'll do a follow-up video with the install and all that stuff next year. So, but yeah, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Facebook,
Instagram, and TikTok.
Instagram, TikTok, and thefactorymatch.com. American Color Matched Company.